I've been hunting. It's not like my poaching is hurting anyone. The Jarl can hardly eat every deer now, can he?
मैं भी हिंदी उतनी नॉर्मल था ना
among the dead. I sense a presence.
I'm on my way to Windhelm to join up with the Stormcloaks. Ulfric has the right of it.
see a dog out there. Oh well. The blacksmith is offering a reward for a dog he saw on the road. I was hoping you'd seen it. I guess I'll stay on the lookout. Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
Yes? What is it that you want? Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it. Good. Execute every last bandit.
Did you see a hound on the road? Fine, strong creature that's been wandering near town. There's one out on the road. I can't afford to chase him down, but I could use a fierce, loyal beast to keep me company. If you are willing to retrieve him for me, I'd give you some fresh meat to attract him out on the road. Oh, it's a smart man to demand something up front for his work. Some gold now and some when I have my dog. Here's the meat.
तो निकाले ना कुछ अभी तो नहीं पा रहा था
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengear first and the Empire second. Take a look.
आजो
See me at my...
Try not to judge Valkreath too harshly, visitor. The war has been hard on us.
I'm warning you, back off. Bad time to get lost, friend.
A presence.
You worried someone will wander in here? What was that? Someone there? Ha! Found you!
as some among mortal fools. No. We are routed! Fall back!
Looky here. Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
Victory is yours! I submit! We are routed! Fall back!
got a clean mug around here.
귀여워.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink.
귀여워. 뭐가 귀여워요?
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
맛!
I'll show you to your room.
귀여워요? 맛! 아무 가능한 치는 맛 떠일래. 아무 가능한 되나? 이렇게 해서.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
The age of aggression just about done. We'll drive out folks and restore what we own with our blood.
This grave.
I'm sorry, I should.
Yes? What is it that you want? Teach them to stop paying me. Here, you deserve a reward for your service. You know what? I like you. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I hereby grant you permission to purchase property in Falkreath Hold. Talk to my steward if you're interested. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my Thane. On your way, then. Come and see me again sometime. I might have some use for you. Bolin speaks much about the war and the storm.
I can't. I'm just Dengir's maid. I'm sorry, I should really go now. I'm sorry, I should really go now.
I'm becoming more and more convinced that TikTok is actually a weapon used to weed out stupid people, because this story is not the first of its kind. This is not an isolated incident where a TikTok trend or challenge leads... to a lot of fatalities. It's honestly getting to the point where these headlines feel like they're AI generated. Like the one we're talking about today feels like a fake story put into Grand Theft Auto as a joke. Just something they slid in there as something silly, but it's apparently legitimate. There's a TikTok trend called the boat jumping challenge, which is responsible for at least 4 people's deaths recently. And the challenge, as the name would imply, is jumping off of a boat going extremely fast. You don't need a master's degree in physics to figure out why this is dangerous, but just in case, I'll lay down the brass tacks, so I'm gonna sit you down in the classroom here for the lecture, so spit out your gum. Since the boat is moving so fast, when you jump off of it, you hit the water hard as shit. you generate a lot of force behind that impact. It's a goddamn wallop. So, what's happening is, when people are jumping off of the boats, they're hitting the water and then snapping their necks and drowning. It's an easily preventable and probably the most embarrassing death imaginable because you killed yourself for a goofy-ass TikTok challenge. And I also hate that everything in the world is called a challenge these days. That word has lost all meaning. There's nothing challenging about this. Jumping off a boat doesn't have any level of difficulty or skill to it. The only challenge, I guess, is surviving it, like avoiding being banished to the fucking Shadow Realm for it. But I'm so fucking tired of everything getting called a challenge, you know? Here's the poop without wiping challenge. You take a shit and you don't use any toilet paper or a bidet to clean your anus. Expert difficulty, ultra nightmare mode, impossible challenge. You won't last 5 seconds. It's so dumb. I'm so tired of everything getting labeled a challenge. But anyway, this trend of boat jumping is responsible for at least 4 deaths. And like I mentioned, that is just the saddest way of going out. Not only is it like an agonizingly slow, painful death, but that is just, you're probably getting made fun of in the afterlife for that. Dying for a stupid TikTok trend, you know the angels are shooting spitballs at you. Like that is, like, it's just a shameful way of exiting this corporeal realm and shedding a mortal coil. That is so fucking sad. Like I feel horrible that, you know, people have, you know, perished from it. But I honestly am stunned by just how quickly the human brain is devolving. This is like human instincts 101 shit. Like this is common sense. This is an instinct you're born with. Not to like jump off of something going fast because it'll create bad ouchie boo-boo moment. Fucking cavemen probably would know not to jump off of like a speeding vehicle like this. I just don't understand how anyone would see this challenge and think that it was somehow safe or wasn't dangerous. Like you'd have to know. You would have to know. And another thing is, it's so traumatizing, like dying this way, not only because it was extremely avoidable, but because it's most likely done in front of your family and friends. Like if you're on a boat, you're probably not on a boat with strangers. That's not exactly like you can call up an Uber to do this with. You can't just call up like a boat service, right, to pick you up and do this TikTok trend. So you had friends and family around you filming you, and then you did the TikTok suicide challenge right in front of them, and they watched you die and fucking filmed it. That is scarring. That is incomprehensibly nightmarish. So like this whole thing is, it's shocking that anyone would actually even do this. Like 4 deaths from it is surprisingly low, actually. I imagine that's only the reported one so far, assuming this is a popular trend. And I decided to look it up myself on TikTok to see how big the trend was. And it seems like it was pretty big. And there are still quite a few surviving videos of people doing the challenge. But all of them seem to at least had the foresight to recognize that, you know, pushing that bitch wide open on the boat going like 60 would have been a complete disaster and led to a Mortal Kombat fatality. So the ones that are on there right now are slow boats. They're going slow, so that way they don't hurt themselves doing it or like get seriously injured from it. Whereas most people, I guess, didn't recognize that and amplified the danger, fucking Evil Knievel, and actually just warp drived their boat and jumped off, which led to these 4 deaths in Alabama. This whole situation proves to me, with my fucking tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, that there has to be some kind of shadow organization, the puppet masters pulling the strings of TikTok, that are in this think tank coming up with the most dangerous trends and challenges, knowing that stupid people will die doing it as a way of like population control or something. Like not only is TikTok legitimately rotting the brains of so many people, but they're not satisfied with that. They're gluttonous for more punishment of the human species. So they're coming up with challenges like this knowing that people will die doing it. Because like I said, this is far from the only one. There's also of course like the blackout challenge, which was literally suffocating yourself, and some people died doing that, which obviously, but that was the whole fucking challenge basically. You just strangle yourself until you're about to pass out, and some people died from it. But the point is, there's so many of these challenges now. This is just the most recent one. And what's even crazier is I think back to the Tide Pod challenge, how everyone all at once recognized the stupidity and the danger of it, and yet that didn't have nearly as many deaths or injuries as any TikTok trend that comes out. Like every big TikTok trend has like at least a handful of deaths associated with it at this point. And even extending further beyond Tide Pod challenge, many people forget this one, but it's one I look back on with a big fucking smile on my face that someone even tried it. There was something called the hot coil challenge, which was only ever done by one person. It was a dude who just turned his fucking stovetop on and then put his bare forearm on it and let it incinerate his flesh. So he just slams his arm onto the stovetop and lets that motherfucker simmer. He is in there just letting it cook. So he holds it there for a little bit, obviously just melting the flesh off, fucking cremating his forearm, and called it the hot coil challenge. And that would have been less detrimental to human health than fucking TikTok trends like a boat jumping challenge. There would have been less deaths in the hot coil challenge than there are in things like a boat jumping challenge and blackout challenge and all of that. That's so crazy. Now, this isn't exactly related to the boat jumping challenge, but I want to illustrate just how dangerous water speed is. There is a record for the fastest water speed ever achieved, and it was set back in the 70s. And you'd think upon hearing that, like, oh, we've advanced well beyond that with technology. How have we not been able to beat a record from the 70s when it comes to water speed? And that's because it's considered the most hazardous thing to ever engage in. It's the most dangerous record to ever try and break. There's a whole Wikipedia page dedicated to it. Of the last 13 attempts to break the water speed world record, there have been 7 deaths. And the 2 most recent attempts both ended in catastrophe and death. It is a record that most people don't really want to challenge because it is so fucking dangerous. I feel like a lot of people just don't recognize how dangerous water can be, which is a silly thing to say, because I feel like most people should be able to, but we're living in clown times right now where people are just, they're not thinking anymore. They see internet engagement and all rational thought goes right out the window. So it's fucking dangerous. Obviously, this boat jumping challenge was going to lead to serious injury and death, and yet people were blinded in the pursuit of clout. A story as old as time now. Well, not really. A story as old as 3 or 4 years now with how desperate people are for clout, that they are actually killing themselves for it. So yeah, just kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. So yeah.
Alright guys, Wes here, welcome back. In 2 months, Starfield will be officially go for launch, and if it's anything like what we saw during the Starfield Direct, we are going to be eating good in September. Now there's no doubt that it's going to be a massive game, but what if I told you that Starfield just got a lot bigger? Well, lucky for you, a ton of huge details and secrets have been revealed, from a brand new leaked gameplay screenshot to how in-game system exploration and interstellar travel will work. Along with that, we're going to explore the various mysteries surrounding Starfield, like what happened to Earth, and whether or not Starfield will have advanced intelligent life. Check the video chapters to optimize your experience, strap in, and let's get started. Since we're about 2 months until the global launch of Starfield, there's going to be a ton of leaks, fake leaks, outlandish rumors, and just all of the above. I don't think it's time to go dark just yet, but get ready, because I'm sure story spoilers will be out there eventually. Now recently we got
From the Hornets' horrible performance over the last 10 years to fans' bizarre claims of its owner being broke, here's the real reason Michael Jordan has to sell the Charlotte Hornets. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Jordan is in the process of finalizing a deal to sell the Hornets. So you already know social media is coming up with wild conspiracies for why he's leaving the team, but the reason might be extremely straightforward. After all, the only thing the Hornets have been consistent at over the last few years is their horrible performance. Since 2010, MJ's been the majority owner of the Hornets, but the team's performance has been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. And despite his legendary status as a Chicago Bulls icon, plus his own success on the court, the franchise has struggled to score wins under Jordan's leadership, with just 3 seasons finishing above 0.500 since 2010. The team's inconsistency has frustrated everybody involved. The reality is that the Hornets have failed to make an impact on the NBA. Many people had hoped that with players like LaMelo Ball joining the team, things would change. But with Miles Bridges leaving the league and Ball being injured, it's like they're back at square one. And after the 2023 playoffs, fans actually started feeling bad for MJ. Back in 2006, when he joined the organization, he had high hopes for the franchise. So for a player who embodies the winning mentality, going 6-0 in NBA Finals and losing only 1 playoff series after his first championship, it's not surprising that the lack of success finally got to him. Jordan must be frustrated by what he's witnessed as an owner. Attend any Hornets game, and you'll see it written on his face. So it looks like after years of disappointment and the realization that he's used all his ideas to turn the franchise around, he's finally made the tough decision to sell his majority stake. But hey, at least he's going to be making major bank out of this sale. And according to industry insiders, that might also be the biggest reason why he's going ahead with this. Jordan became the majority owner in 2010 when he bought the franchise for a decent $275 million. Fast forward to 2022, and Forbes estimated that the Hornets were valued at an insane $1.7 billion. While this ranked the team 27th out of 30 in terms of value, it was still a major step up for them. To put it in perspective, the recent sale of the Phoenix Suns saw them change hands for a hefty $2.28 billion. But in comes Jordan like the legend he is, and scores an incredible deal that values the team at $3 billion. Talk about a return on investment. Reports suggest that Jordan's sale of a 31% stake would easily get him over $500 million. And if he sells a 59% stake, he could rake in over $1 billion. But Michael's also confirmed that once the sale is finalized, he's still going to be involved with the team one way or another, just on a smaller scale. Plus, he'll also oversee basketball operations during the crucial draft and free agency periods. Sounds like a win-win situation, right? And the organization's newest owners have game-changing ideas for the Hornets, but they might not be what the former owner had in mind for them. So here's the deal. With Michael stepping away from the franchise and passing the torch to a new group of investors, many industry insiders think things are about to change. And leading the charge are investors Gabe Plotkin and Rick Schnall, along with rapper J. Cole and country music singer Eric Church. Plotkin, who founded Tallwood Capital, about to change. And leading the charge are investors Gabe Plotkin and Rick Schnall, along with rapper J. Cole and country music singer Eric Church. Plotkin, who founded Tallwood Capital, has been a minority owner of the team since 2019, served on the NBAs. On the other hand, Schnall is the sole president of Clayton Dubilier and Rice, and has been a minority owner of the Atlanta Hawks, so he'll be selling his investment in the Hawks to join the board. Schnall's previous ties to the Atlanta franchise could turn things around for the Hornets because he was involved in getting Travis Schlenk as the Hawks general manager in 2017, and with Schlenk leaving the Hawks in 2022, there's a chance the Hornets might go through major shuffling if he joins. But wait, there's more. These new owners might also be the solution to one of the team's biggest criticisms. Jordan's lack of spending. Charlotte's been one of the league's lowest spenders, especially when it comes to things like hotels for the players, sports science staff, front office staff, and even coaching salaries. Well, that's about to change because the new owners are set on bringing the Hornets up to speed and letting them catch up with the rest of the NBA. So you can imagine how excited fans are for the change. They say that even though Jordan's a great player, he's a terrible team owner. Evan Kent, who's the mastermind behind the Crown Club, one of the most famous Hornets fan clubs, has been very vocal about the shift. He believes that Hornets fans have been patient throughout Jordan's reign as the majority owner, mainly because of his local ties and his incredible success on the court as a player. But let's face it, even the most patient fans eventually want to see a win for their team. And I'll be honest, Charlotte's fans are amazing for the way they've handled the entire situation. But the time has come for a change, and even his airness knows that. With the new owners, Hornets fans are buzzing with hope. They see this ownership transition as a fresh start. But while most fans are thankful to MJ for all his contributions over the years, some aren't that positive about it. In fact, many people are saying that his selling the Hornets is another way of running away from his failures, just like he did with the Washington Wizards. Back in 2000, he purchased a 10% stake in the team and its arena for a massive $100 million. He hoped to not only boost the team's performance, but also increase its popularity. Unfortunately, his time with the Wizards didn't go quite as planned. During his 2-season comeback as a player from 2001 to 2003, Jordan failed to lead the Wizards to the playoffs. He also faced challenges with teammates and coaches, and his questionable personnel decisions, like drafting Kwame Brown as the first overall pick in 2001, didn't help matters either. He also traded Richard Hamilton away for Jerry Stackhouse, which raised some eyebrows. As the president of basketball operations, Jordan's time with the Wizards didn't go smoothly either. In 2003, he sold his stake in the team and was immediately fired by the majority owner, Abe Pollock, who wanted to rebuild without him. All in all, Jordan reportedly lost a substantial $40 million from his investment in the Wizards. Sound a little familiar? Jordan's critics argue that he's doing the exact same thing with the Hornets. When times get tough, he decides to cut his losses and run. I get that this sounds pretty harsh, but his critics do have a point. I mean, with how sudden the announcement was, you can't blame fans for wondering if something else is going on behind the scenes. And like always, they're coming up with the wildest conspiracy theories yet. But the most bizarre one that's come to light is that MJ made the sale because he's dead broke. And the man at the center of all the drama is TikToker Rico Knows, who's been exposing Jordan ever since the news broke out. He says that recent financial troubles might have pushed MJ into this decision. So let's do a deep dive into what he's talking about. Back in 2021, when the whole Reddit users versus Wall Street fiasco happened with GameStop, many people got caught up in the drama, losing $500 million after shorting GameStop stock. But while the video game retailers managed to bounce back, those who bet against it have been struggling. And one of those individuals was Michael Jordan. This financial setback put the 6-time NBA champion in major trouble because despite his other investments and the money he earned from Nike, his net worth dropped by $500 million during that time. And to complicate matters even more, Rico Knows claims that he owes money to Gabe Plotkin, the man who's set to become one of the new Hornets owners. It sounds bizarre, but fans are eating up this story like anything. And either way, only time will tell if Michael really did quit the team because he was in way over his head. So there you have it, from fans' bizarre claims of its owner being broke to the Hornets' horrible
I'm sorry, I should really go now.
Need something? Take a look. May your road.
When the Empire surrendered to the Aldmeri Dominion,
You tried this.
You're back! Wanna play a game? Aww. Braith is a big meanie. She keeps telling Lars and me what to do. I don't want to play with her anymore. What is it? What is it? Thanks.
There it is, friends. We are.
I should bash your face. Old friend. Patron of the great clan Battleborn. I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward. I'll be glad to help you. There are many ways to improve your home, provided you have the coin. And of course, don't forget to consult your home decorating guide for descriptions of the decorations you can buy. Now, what would you like to purchase? Very well. I'll make the arrangements. The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. I'll make the arrangements. The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach. Heard the reform in the dawn. Is it time to move out? Be careful, Thane. Are we going? Lead on, Thane.
What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you. No, even if you are my element.
What do you need, Thane? I'm yours to command, Thane. I'll wait here until you need me.
Papa! Yes? Take care. Papa says I'm too friendly.
I don't think you were followed. Come on, I have a plan. Not here, downstairs. I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy. That would be a bad idea. I'd be too likely to attract the wrong kind of attention. But they don't know you at all yet. The Thalmor ambassador, Elenwen, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elenwen's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood Elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him. I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Skeever. You know it? While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elenwen's little party. Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions? That's when the fun starts. You'll have to slip away from the party without raising the alarm. Then you'll need to find Elenwen's office and search her files. Malborn should be able to point you in the right direction. Sounds good. Be careful.
We drink to our youth, to days come and gone, for the age of aggression is just about done. We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home. Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings. On the day of your death,
What?
we will drink.
Something you're still
we'll
confused
sing.
about?
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. Take a look.
응? 응. 그렇구나.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College.
Get ready to take boy there, okay? First treasury and then bank. Bank में जानी है, फिर treasury में जानी है. Boy ला लेना, तैयारी हो, boy तैयारी हो सके. ना ले जाना, अंदर जाना मत.
그러잖아.
हाँ?
그러잖아.
हाँ? Right now, okay? Not later. Right. First and then. 괜찮나? 응?
잠시만.
어디 남았어요? 응?
응?
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days?
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Fear not. Need a blade? You should talk to Adrian at the forge.